Hi Stampers! I'm back with another card, another technique to share with you on how to use your soft pastels. That's what we have right here. Hopefully you caught the introduction video that was posted in the bingo event page. I will try and see about getting that video transferred over into this group because I'm hoping to use this to share all kinds of tips and tricks for you as we go along and as we make different projects using chalks. I'm hoping you'll share your projects that you make. This particular project, the idea came from Cheryl, so thank you Cheryl for showing us how to emboss with our chalks. And when I say emboss, I mean dry emboss. And so I've just got a piece of cardstock, like a card base here. I've got a card front that I've just trimmed down a little bit, so this is probably 5¼ inches by 4 inches. And then a little piece of white, some scrap white where I've stamped some flowers. I'm using the Timeless Tropical stamp set for this project. Okay, so for this technique, you may want to make sure you get a surface of some sort underneath you. Sorry, I'm going to use this like really yucky old piece of paper, but this is just to kind of get it all yucky. Now I've chosen Gorgeous Grape to be my background, and I'm going to use Coastal Cabana chalk as part of this. And now what I'm going to do is just take one end of it, and I'm going to use this just like chalk. Remember when we're kids, or even on the sidewalk, and you're just like rubbing chalk all across the board? Well, that is what I'm doing with this particular piece. And as I'm sitting here sharing this with you, I'm realizing I didn't bring my Cut and Emboss machine over here, so I'll have to sneak out to go grab it. But you just want to make sure that you fully cover this surface, like so. Now I also forgot to mention, before you start, make sure you have a dry, wet white, like a dry white or a napkin or something that you can lift off some extra chalk, because as you can see, this is making a lot of mess. But I'm just going to fill it the best I can. I'm not going to get every single piece of the grape color covered, and that's okay. But I'm just doing the best I can with what I have. Because as you can see, this is making a huge mess. Now, what I want to do is I'll just kind of tap off the little bit of the extra. I'm going to set that aside. Before I move this out of the way, I just wanted to say, you know what, maybe save this because we will use this for another project. So all this dust, you can just kind of dump either in a little container. I'm just using an acrylic block right now just to kind of put it on, because I'm going to use all this chalk for coloring afterwards. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let me grab the Cut and Emboss machine. Now for this one, I need the big machine, only because my embossing folder is too big to go through the mini. So I've got plate number 1, and then I've got plate number 4, which is my dark gray plate. I don't know if you can see that. And then I've got my embossing folder. So for this one, I'm using the hammered metal, and I'm sticking in that piece of cardstock that we just did. I'm just trying to see here. I'm sticking it in so that the back, that's still somewhat purple, goes on the end where the Stampin' Up logo is. And so the bumps are the bumps are sticking up. Inverted? No, it's the other one. Anyway, so that this is where all the inverted holes are. So I'm just going to close that, put that on my emboss machine, cover that up with that plate, and I'm just going to give it a crank. Voila! And that is done. I'll just take that embossing folder out, move this aside. Okay, and then when you go to open up your folder, remember, it is going to be a little bit messy. I'm just going to grab a paper towel here. Now, it still kind of looks the same. You can't even really see the bumps. But where the magic happens, now again, I'm bringing back that scrap. Where the magic happens is when I start rubbing this. So I'm just going to take my dry cloth and I am just going to rub the accents. So again, I'm getting a lot of dust, chalk dust on my napkin, but that's okay. Take a look at what this fun background looks like. So in essence, what it's done is it's really put the chalk into the crevices of the embossed design. So in this case, the stone. Can you see that there? Isn't that super fun? It's a different look by all means. And who would have thought to use Gorgeous Grape with Coastal Cabana? I think it just pops. So that's a fun technique for you to try with your embossing folders. Let me show you the final card. Well, I've stamped twice the flower from the Timeless Tropical, and then on that white piece I've stamped Rest and Relax. I have also used the shimmery grape ribbon, and of course the roll is hiding on me to show you. It's beautiful, beautiful ribbon, but let me show you the final project. I will post the picture as well. But here is the card. Is that not beautiful? Using that shimmery Heather Highland or grape ribbon. I can't remember which one it's called. But then of course the flower. Isn't that fun? Anyways, give that background technique a try. I think that's a fun way to use your pastels to make fun images. So thanks for joining me for this episode. Bye for now.